Hey guys, it's Lainey, and today I wanted to do a little bit of a different kind of video. That is going to be my 2014 year in reflection. I actually wasn't planning on doing a video like this. It didn't even cross my mind until a couple days ago that I wanted to mention to you guys everything that has happened to me in the past year, and I know 90% of it would not have happened if it wasn't for BookTube. We're going to start out the year with something non-BookTube related, but January was a rough start for me. Mainly because my car died, and it's been in my family since I was like 5, and it was mine when I was 16, and then I drove it all over and brought it to school with me finally, and it barely didn't even last a year down here before it completely crapped out. It was a really sad day for me, for my parents who came down to get rid of it, and I'm still without a car. So with those first few months of the year in 2014 with my channel, I started January with a little bit more than like 1,000 subscribers. I had my 2,000 subscriber giveaway in February. My channel grew a lot from when I started in August 2013 until February 2014, and I was still so surprised that people wanted to watch me and listen to what I had to say about books. And I distinctly remember hitting 4,000 subscribers in the middle of May, or towards the end of May, which will be important soon coming up here because I'm also going to be mentioning something else. May was easily the biggest month of the year for me. I graduated from college, which is a huge accomplishment, and at the time I knew it was a big deal, but I just thought of it as, oh, graduated college, like that was expected of me. It wasn't until the end of the year that I really felt very proud of myself for finishing and graduating college within 4 years. I did get a Bachelor of Arts degree in English. It was surprising that I finished in 4 years because the first couple years, while I took English courses because that was my love, I was told in high school from one of my English teachers that it wasn't a good idea to be an English major because you won't find a job right away. And while that is true, it did discourage me from being an English major my freshman and sophomore year, so I kind of futzed around in other majors which now looking back, I can tell that I did waste my time. I should have gone with what I really wanted to do from the get-go, and I shouldn't have listened to other people. The other big thing in May that happened, and it actually happened 2 weeks after I graduated, was that I flew out to New York and I attended BookCon with girls that I consider my really good friends now. I roomed with Shannon from Cozy Tea Reads, Kayla from Bookadoodles, and Kenya from My Little Bookshelf. I never would have expected for me to have such a really close group of friends here on the internet. It was a really great experience, and I never did talk about my BookCon experience. BookCon 2014 will be an experience I always remember because I wasn't expecting what happened at BookCon. Like, I thought it was just gonna be, me and a few other of my friends that I met, the other girls, and we were gonna, go to BookCon, get some books, meet up with some other booktubers, and that was it. I literally was not expecting anything else. And while we were standing in line for our tickets, I was approached by some very sweet girls that said they watched my videos and they wanted a picture with me. It was a complete out-of-body experience for me every time someone came up to me during that day and told me that they've seen my videos and they love watching me and they love the Top 5 Wednesday videos and they really want a picture with me or they want me to sign a book for them. And it was an out-of-body experience for me. I felt like I was watching this ginger girl interacting with other people who watched her videos and, wanted to talk to her, and I can't believe that was me. I'll never ever forget that. Like I mentioned before about having 4,000 subscribers during this time, because of that I wasn't even expecting anybody to recognize me. It never even occurred to me that people would recognize me, and it just was such an experience and I'll never forget it. And it was easily my favorite moment of 2014. And I also loved meeting all the other booktubers, and we met up and we had dinner with each other, and then we went to the Strand, we went book shopping. It was really fun. In July, I went back home to a book signing where a ton of authors were signing at a local bookstore. I also interviewed Lindsay Cummings, the author of The Murder Complex. Funny thing about that was I wanted to interview her right when I found out that they were coming to my hometown. I actually emailed her publicist weeks in advance. I heard like, yeah, we're gonna try to do this, let me talk to people about it, whatever. So I'm like, okay. But then it happened, you know, the day of, and I still didn't get to hear back whether I was gonna interview Lindsay or not. And I was laying in bed at like 8 o'clock in the morning, and the signing was like at 6, and I got an email back from the publicist that morning saying, yeah, you can interview her. And I hadn't prepared anything because I was under the impression I wasn't interviewing her, but I was still planning on going to get my book signed. Literally like sat up in bed, and I'm just like, oh my god, I'm interviewing an author tonight and I have no questions prepared at all. And my mom actually went down with me because she kind of wanted to check out the whole scene, because like you guys have seen my mom in videos. She was in my review for Catching Fire, and she was in my review for Divergent. She wanted to go down with me and kind of see what I did, and she said she liked seeing me in action. And even though I was a nervous mess, I was so nervous when I interviewed her. I did get other books signed by the other authors. Philip Siegel was there, Jill Hathaway, and Paula Stokes. So I really liked that experience. I'm really glad I interviewed an author, like a major, you know, New York Times bestselling author. I never would have imagined I would have been doing that in 2014 when I created my booktube channel in 2013. Like, I wouldn't have expected that at all. October, might as well mention, I turned 23, and it was a really fun night. I spent it with my closest friends, and it was a ton of fun. I loved it. In November, I participated and won NaNoWriMo. So I wrote over 50,000 words in a month for a novel I kind of just thought of in the end of September, and I really fleshed it out in October, and then I just wrote it. I wrote it in November, and I'm so proud of myself for accomplishing that because I've never committed to NaNoWriMo before. In the first year, I really committed to it. I won, so I'm super excited about that. And another thing about that in November was that I hosted NaNoWriMo activities with my good friend Kayla from Bookadoodles. We did a ton of different things. We hosted 2 Twitter chats with 2 of my favorite authors, Morgan Rhodes and Mary E. Pearson, and I will never forget any of that. This whole experience has been great. December was great too, even though nothing monumentally happened in the booktube world for me. But I'm definitely looking back being very proud of myself for all that I've done and accomplished in 2014. And I can't wait to see what the path I'm currently walking on will lead me to in 2015, but I'm very confident that I will have just as a fulfilling 2015 as I did for 2014. Hope you guys all enjoyed this video. Have a happy new year, and I will see you guys very soon. Bye!